So for this exercise, we're going to work on convergence. So convergence is the ability of our eyes to come together and focus on a point. So for this exercise, we are going to use a Brock string. And a Brock string is a very easy thing to make. It's basically a string. For here we have beads. So this string has 2 beads, which typically a Brock string has. But if you don't have beads, the marks on the string could just be marker, they could be paper clips, they could be little balls of tape, whatever you can do to mark a point on a string. So what we want to do is start out with 2 points on the string, and we're going to have, or you or the person that you're trying to help is going to bring their eyes together to look at the first bead on the string. And so you're going to put the bead at a point on the string where your eyes can both come together and you can see one bead. So Carolyn, are you able to see one bead there?
Yes.
So, and then when you see one bead here, do you see one string or does the string split?
The string splits.
That's great. So that's what you want to experience. When you look at the bead, you want to see one bead and the string will split. It may not be a clear split, especially at first. It's going to take a little effort, but eventually the split will get stronger. So this split will come towards you, and then the split will also be going away from you. So Carolyn, when you look at this blue bead here, how many red beads do you see in the distance?
2.
That's correct. So, because whenever you're looking at this bead, as the string splits, you'll also see 2 red beads in the distance. And the advantage to this is now you know that both eyes are looking at this blue bead. If you only see one string and one bead the whole time, that means you're only using one eye. So that's really why we want to use the Brock string versus other adaptations to work on bringing our eyes together, is because we can tell if we're using one eye or 2 eyes by getting the split. So I would say, Carolyn, look here to the blue bead and hold your gaze for a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. And now shift your gaze to the red bead. And when you look at the red bead, how many red beads do you have?
1.
Good. And how many blue beads do you have?
2.
Good. So when Carolyn's looking out here, she'll have 1 red bead and the string will split and she'll have 2 blue beads. So to draw that out on paper, this is what we're starting with. So if Carolyn's face is down here and the string is held to her nose, we start with this. And then as the person looks at the first bead, you'll see 1 bead and the string will split. And when focusing here, you'll see the image of 2 of the other bead. And then when you shift your gaze out to the distance bead, you'll see 1 of the distance beads and 2 of the closer beads.